So sit back, sit back, sit back, and relax, and enjoy. So I know that there is a lot going on, like I said. Also, it's that time of day where the clouds are gonna come block the sun every now and then, so hopefully it's not too distracting. But anyways, what was I saying? But like I said, there is a lot going on right now, and there are a few things that I wanted to shed some light on and wanted to talk about, because I don't really know what you guys are going through. I don't know what kind of thoughts you might be having or what you're experiencing right now. So I don't know who needs to hear this, but I'm going to talk about self-love and self-worth and just loving yourself in general, because I feel like a lot of us are at home and we're practicing social distancing and we're in isolation and quarantine. You know, however you say, there's multiple ways to say you're in quarantine. But when you're alone, not even alone, but when you're just at home for long periods of time, it's easy to, you know, get in front of a mirror and start nitpicking at yourself and picking and critiquing little things about yourself that you don't really like, things that you've never even noticed before in the past, but you're at home, just you and your thoughts, so it's kind of easy to put that kind of pressure on yourself, and that's not fair to you. It's not fair that you're on social media and you're looking at however this person looks and how this person is living their life, and now you're asking yourself, why don't I look like that, or why isn't my life like that? And it's not fair to you mentally or emotionally to put that kind of pressure on yourself, you know. And please don't base your self-worth off of social media. Please don't feel like you are less than anything or anyone because of social media. And we're all at home, so it's not fair to say, you know, stay off social media. I think there is a time limit. I don't know if anybody has the option to adjust their screen time. It's a feature on an iPhone. I don't know who has it, who doesn't, but try maybe spending less time on social media. I find that helps me out a lot if you just give yourself a little break. But at the same time, it's like, what else can you really do? You know, I have things that I do, but that might not be what you want to do, you know. But especially now during this time, it is Mental Health Awareness Month, so I do want to post a video like this, but I don't think that we should talk about mental health 31 days out of the year. I think it should always be talked about. It should always be discussed all year long, not just 1 month out of the year. So when you're sitting at home and you're looking at these TikTok videos and you're scrolling through TikTok, please know that whoever you're comparing yourself to, they're not you and you're not them, and you have no reason to compare yourself to anybody, because they are not above you and you are not beneath them. You are your own person and you're special in your own way. And I know that that's really like corny or whatever, but it's true. There's a reason why there's only one of each of us. Nobody needs to be like anybody. That person that you're sitting there comparing yourself to is not above you in any way, and you are not beneath them. They are not better than you. They do not deserve more than you, and you do not deserve less than them. Everybody is deserving of love and acceptance and support and worth and all of that. You are deserving of that. Please know that you are deserving it can be very harmful. And I don't think that people should base things, especially their life and their self-worth, and base it off of what they see and read and hear and watch on social media. I think that that can be very damaging to your mental health, and it's only going to make you feel worse, which is why I suggested maybe taking short breaks from social media, like adjusting your screen time. You don't even have to do that if you don't want to, but maybe just logging out or putting your phone down for an hour. I like to read. My brother loves to read, so he got me hooked on reading again. So I like to read to pass the time by. I like to film videos. I like to watch YouTube. Even that, I know YouTube is a social media platform, but YouTube is an escape for a lot of people, not just ASMR, but there's various content creators who do different things. Just something to take your mind off of it. If you find yourself comparing yourself to someone else, comparing your life to someone else's, or comparing your life now to how it used to be, then just take a second and do something, anything to take your mind off of it, because like I said, that's damaging to your mental health, and it is emotionally draining when you're constantly putting yourself down. So I would just suggest finding a hobby, finding something that you can do for 45 minutes, an hour, to take your mind off of stuff like that. It could be literally anything, but I hope that that made sense. I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad for using social media. I love social media as much as the next person, but you know, sometimes it's good that we take a break from it, because we have all seen what it can do to people, how it can make people act. So that is why I said that. But yeah, I want to be able to talk about these things, but I'm blessed and I'm fortunate enough to have a platform. It may not be as large as other people on YouTube, but there's still a good bit of you. I think there's about 126,000 of you guys now, so that's a lot of freaking people. And so even though it may not be as big as content creators that I want, I still have a platform, and I want to be able to use that to my advantage, and I want to be able to help as many people as I can. So when I tell you things that I think would be better for you, this isn't me saying do this and you'll be happy. It's not me saying you're a bad person if you don't do this. I'm talking solely from experience, solely from things that I have personally gone through, and these are just examples of things that I've done that I find help me. And I think if I tell you what I've done, maybe it'll help you. I have no reason to lie about having anxiety. I have no reason to lie about any of that. I didn't always have a YouTube channel, you know, so I had to find other ways to escape and find other ways to have a safe space for myself. So this is merely, that's not a word. This is merely, sorry, sometimes my brain goes on vacation and a peanut M&M will substitute it. It's fine though. But anyways, this is solely from experience, and it's just advice that I would hope would help you, you know, and it takes some time. It's not easy to just say, oh, love yourself, you know, it takes some time. And like I said, I deal with my own insecurities, you know, I've said that in the past. Right now, I had like, I don't know if it was a reaction to something, I don't know, but for the past couple of weeks, I've been dealing with some acne, and it's not very visible. You can kind of see it a little bit. It's actually gone down a lot, but now the acne has turned into acne scars, and my face has always been sensitive. So I'm very defensive when it comes to my skin. It's just loving yourself and knowing your self-worth is not something that you learn overnight or in a 1 week time span. There's really no time frame on it. It takes some time, and even now I can say that I'm still dealing with it. I'm still learning, you know, so everybody goes through something. And I don't know who needs to hear this, but you are worth so much more than you give yourself credit for. I'm looking at you right in your eye and I'm telling you, you are worth so much more than you give yourself credit for. And I know you know I'm right. I know you know that I'm right. I know deep down you know that you've been a little hard on yourself lately and you're not really sure why. I think everybody needs to just make a little bit more time for themselves. But it's truly not easy, and I understand that, and I recognize that, and I hear you, and I'm listening to you, and I'm validating that what you're feeling, it is momentary, but it's also valid. Your feelings are valid, and that's why I said I don't know what you guys are going through right now, and it could even be like a home situation where, you know, you're dealing with things at home right now, and it's hard. I know that it's hard, and I understand that you're going through a lot, but you can't be so hard on yourself. You can't be so quick to critique yourself. If there are, and this is another thing I wanted to talk about, the people around you, whether it's family or friends, whoever, when they critique you or when they talk about things that you don't really like, it's okay to say something about it if it hurts your feelings. It's okay to say something. It may not be a big deal to them, but if it's a big deal to you, then you can say something. I don't know who needs to hear this, but it is 100% okay to set boundaries with the people that you love and the people that you care about. Because if the feeling is mutual, if they care about you and you care about them, you should respect each other's feelings. Like I said, it could be family, friends, whoever. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And it's important to set boundaries and let them know how their words impact you and how they affect you or how they have affected you. It's okay to put those boundaries in place. I'm going to use myself as an example. I'm not going to say too much because it's a little personal. It's not anything bad. It's not super personal, but it's private, you know. I had to talk to a friend and I had to explain to them why I didn't really appreciate what they had said and how it affected me. It was private, and you know, like I said, I'm not going to say too much, but I had to, unfortunately, like I can't leave my house, so I had to text them, but I was very firm in what I was saying, and I stood my ground, and that's something that's really important too. When you're setting boundaries, don't try to make light of the situation. If it affected you, say that and mean it, and that is 100% okay. It's okay to say something and mean it, and if they receive it a different way, then that's on them, but you will feel so much better when you say what you feel and you stand your ground. Personally, I felt a lot better when I said that. I still love that person. They're still my friend. It wasn't an argument. It wasn't anything like that. But I had to let them know that what they said affected me and I didn't like it. And I said it and I meant it, and that was the end of it. It wasn't anything confrontational. And I'm gonna get to that in a second. But when you are saying these things, whenever you choose to say these things to that person, whenever you decide, because it's on you, whenever you feel ready to do this, when you want to set boundaries, don't say things like, I kinda feel like, or like, these are just words that I used to use, that I had to, because I might sound dumb, but these are words that I would use, like, I kind of feel like, or this low-key, like I say low-key a lot, so I'm like, this low-key made me feel like don't say words like that, say words like, I don't like, or I didn't, emotions. You're allowed to be mad, you're allowed to be sad, you're allowed to cry, and those are normal human emotions. It doesn't make you soft, it doesn't make you weak. You are allowed to feel those things. They're natural human reactions. I think it's so weird to make people feel inferior because they're expressing natural human emotions. Like, I think it's so weird, but you know, people will say what they want to say. So it doesn't always have to be about confrontation. If you're like me, I don't really like confrontation, you know, like, it's just like how I am. But confrontation isn't always aggressive. Sometimes it can be very genuine confrontation. Like this isn't really me, but just a random example. If you're talking to a friend about what they did was wrong, if you like to educate your friends on what they're saying and what they're doing, if it was wrong, you confront them about it, but in an educational kind of way. I believe in educating people. I believe in talking to people like they are human beings and educating them, whether it be on me or something else. I believe in educating people, okay? Not degrading them, not belittling them. Not everything is argumentative, and confrontation isn't necessarily aggression. It's not you cussing somebody out. Confrontation can be very peaceful. Like, there's all these like stereotypes, and it's so irritating. You're allowed to cry, you're allowed to feel all of these things. They're natural and they're validated. Your feelings are validated. If other people are going to validate your feelings, make sure that you validate your feelings, because you matter and your feelings matter, okay? Tell that to whoever needs to hear it. I don't know who needs to hear it, but you might. Tell that to whoever needs to hear it, because it's important, okay? I understand the feeling of being put down because of whatever. You know, if you feel like you might have stepped on someone's toes, you know, your friends or your family or whoever, and they confronted you about it, and you feel like you might have reacted wrong, I, you know, would advise you to go back and kind of talk to them and let them educate you, and, you know, really have like a conversation with them, and try and mend, you know, whatever, you know, bad blood is there. Try and mend it. You know, that's just if you feel like maybe you reacted wrong to whatever may be going on. Like I said, I don't know who this video is gonna reach. I don't know the person that's watching this. I don't know what you're going through, but I hear you, and I feel what you feel, or I've felt what you're feeling. So I'm trying to include different scenarios and different examples, because there's so many people who go through so many different things, and it's hard to just pinpoint on one thing, you know. So that's why I'm trying to, you know, I'm covering all bases. At the end of the day, like I said, this specific topic that we're talking about is about the people that you love and your friends and family and the people that you care about. And love should not be difficult. It should be easy. It should be felt and expressed. It shouldn't be difficult. So if there is some toxic, you know, vibes there, then, you know, maybe at the end of the day, that's not really a relationship that you need. Not just boyfriend and girlfriend relationship, any ship, friendship, relationship, any of it. Either one. Maybe that's just not a relationship that you need to be in. Maybe, you know, you might have to realize that you deserve better than that. If you've like discovered a pattern, then maybe that's just some toxicness that you need to remove yourself from. That is a whole nother topic for a whole nother day, because that is a sensitive one, and it's a little tricky. But at the end of the day, you are in charge of your feelings. You are in control of how you choose to react to things. And, you know, I think there's a proper way to react to things, but at the end of the day, please know that however you feel, it's valid, and you should be able to express how you feel, regardless of however they're gonna receive it. Express how you feel and mean it. Promise me you're gonna do it. Promise me. Whenever you choose to. No pressure, but whenever you're ready. everyone to know that there are things in the world that you can change, and there are things that you can't change, but you have a voice. You have a voice, and you are allowed to say what you want and what you feel, but you do have a voice. Please know that your words, they mean something, whether you think so or not. They mean something, and they affect people. You may not think so. You may think that you're just one person and you don't have a voice, but you do, and your words affect people. If they don't affect someone else, they're affecting you. You may think that you're just one person and you're small and nobody hears you, but people hear you. So at the end of the day, they're affecting someone. And I've said this before, but I'm very, very, very grateful, eternally grateful for this channel and what you guys do for me. Just liking, commenting, subscribing, all of that, it means a lot to me. All of the nice comments, they mean a lot to me. But this is my platform, and I feel like I have a responsibility to use this platform for good things and to help people, and that is what I'm gonna do. And I know that a lot of people aren't going to like it. I know a lot of people are going to disagree, and I realize, please believe me when I say I realize and I understand that you guys come to my channel and you watch ASMR artists to relax, and I understand that, which is why I try to stray away from talking about anything controversial in my videos, because I don't like seeing people argue in my comment section. I don't like it either, and I know you don't like to read it. It's hard to relax when it's kind of hard to relax when people are arguing. But my social medias, I'm very active, and I speak for the things that I believe in. Everybody has a right to say what they want when they want. So when I talk about using your voice and standing your ground and saying what you feel, there are going to be people that don't like it, but you have to put yourself first. You have to put yourself and your mental health and your emotional well-being and your physical well-being. You have to put that before other people's feelings. At the end of the day, when it comes to, I don't want this to be perceived the wrong way, but people are not going to like that you hold them accountable for things that they say when it affects you, but you're allowed to speak that, and people aren't going to like it. If there are going to be people who are going to feel a certain kind of way that you put yourself first and you're holding them accountable for the things that they say when it directly affects you. But think about this. You can't lose sleep over that. If you're losing sleep, meaning if it's 1 o'clock in the morning and you're up thinking about what this person said, then it's worth saying something about it. Some of the worst things that have ever been said to me have been said on YouTube, and it's fine. I knew going into this, once I hit, a certain amount of followers, I realized that people are going to be mean, and I'm super sensitive. Not as sensitive as I used to be, but I used to be very sensitive, like big baby. I think about it like that, just, for my situation. These are the people that are leaving me these comments are strangers. They've never met me. I've never met them. They're on an anonymous YouTube account. I can't lose sleep over what a stranger says about me on the internet. I've had homophobic and racial things thrown at me. And also just putting it out there, side note, as far as like the hate comments and the racist stuff and the homophobic stuff. I grew up in Georgia. I grew up in the South. None of that stuff is new to me. Everything that's said to me, whether it be racially insensitive, anything like that, I have had that said to my face before, so it's not something I'm unfamiliar with. That's not really a good thing. I know that, but I deal with it. So when I say stand your ground, I mean it. Say what you feel. You are allowed, and I cannot stress this enough, you are allowed to feel things, whether you are a he, a she, a they, non-binary. You are allowed to feel things. You are allowed to express how you feel. messaging people back on Instagram and Twitter. You don't have to follow me if you don't want to, but I'm always responding to people. I'm always here to talk if you need to talk. We're in this together. I know that you've probably heard that a million bajillion times this past couple of months, but we are. I'm here to respond to you guys. I love you guys. I really